Purple Angel Oracle. Glad to be back. If you saw my community post, I have just been, in hermit mode, like I said, just self-reflecting. I mentioned a lot of memories surfacing, good and bad, just things that you forgot about, people you forgot about have been really, coming in and some might even be coming into your day-to-day life. Like you might be seeing people that you haven't seen in years. And we're also, in the middle of another wave that just came in. Schumann hit 76 once again, which we hit 76 recently, a few days ago, I think. So I guess 76 is the number right now. But I'm not quite sure what this new wave that we're in the middle of right now. I don't know what activations or upgrades or what this one's bringing, right? Usually it takes a week of integration just to kind of figure out what just happened. But I definitely noticed yesterday crown chakra activations. Okay, I don't know what exactly is going on, but I was dizzy. I felt it come in and just kind of had to relax and sit there and let it settle. Anyway, so yeah, let's talk about the memories, because my dad also has been noticing this. I mean, there was one day in particular for me, I was driving through town, and everywhere I looked, I was associating a memory with every place I was looking at. And it was strange. These are things I just, you kind of put on the back burner and you never think about, right? And they're all coming up. And it's like we're kind of going through our entire lifetime here. Collecting all the pieces is what it, and someone left me this beautiful comment that makes sense. Memories of darkness. Thank you for this comment. It says, having all the pieces definitely helps to really put oneself back together in true perspective. And that's so true. You guys amaze me sometimes at your comments. I'm like, you need to start a YouTube channel. I mean, the insights you share are so beautiful. Yeah, I mean, I know some people aren't comfortable with talking about it, but just writing or, it's just some of the things the comments I receive are so beautiful, and they activate things in me as well. So just thank you for that. But that's absolutely true. I've mentioned so many times, this is just a huge puzzle, and one by one things are being activated and the pieces are being put together. And once this puzzle is complete, that's when we'll kind of get the answers we're seeking, those last bits, right? But back to the memories, okay? It's almost like each memory is coming up for us to just kind of get a feel for what emotion is attached to it and why, okay? So we're just getting a feel for it and kind of learning to look at it from a higher perspective. So, and you're probably already noticing this, that certain memories that you do think about, traumatic events that have happened in your life, aren't consuming you the way they once did. I've had several events in my life where if I start thinking about it, I get super depressed and start crying previously. And now I'm noticing that doesn't really happen. I don't get fully consumed in that memory, which is what's happening. So source kind of came in, my higher self said, these so-called bad memories, or these memories that bring up, low vibrational energies in us, we're going to remember these. These are not disappearing, okay? We need the contrast. But the emotions that are attached to the memory, like I just said, are not going to consume us the way they once did. And we're going to start looking at them from a higher perspective. And because we need that contrast, we need to know the difference, we're going to remember how we felt, but that heavenly euphoric feeling that we're coming into, that's only going to feel that good because we know the contrast. So those memories are still going to be there. They just won't consume us the way they did. We're going to see the beauty in those memories, the learning lessons, the wisdom we gained, right? So it's just changing form. Our consciousness towards it is changing. because of, we're just changing how we're viewing them. So it's not going to consume us. And then for each of us, there will come a time when new traumas and new sad situations like that are just going to stop manifesting. And this this has begun for me. I feel it, because as we're ascending and these lower vibrational energies can no longer manifest the way they were before, we're gonna, those traumas and those experiences that we don't want to experience aren't going to manifest. That's basically it. And this is a kind of goes hand in hand with this on Joe Gard's channel. He's an amazing light worker. If you had not subscribed to him or checked his videos out, please go do that. It's Joe Gard. There's one video he talks about, and I think it's titled, "Why Do Bad Things Happen to Good People?" And that's just the universal question, right? And he had been reading a book, I forget the name of it, but he kind of explained it as the earth has been in a lower vibration, right? And kind of a lower frequency. So when you look at sometimes people who aren't, awake or not the most empathetic people, or, certain people seem to be very lucky in life, okay? And then the most compassionate, good people seem to have the worst things happen to them. And it's because, he explained it way better, but certain people have been going with that natural flow, which is just a lower vibrational flow, because that's where the earth has been sitting for so long. And the people that are raising their vibration, or have been their entire lives, right, are kind of have been going against the natural flow, because we're ready to shift to a higher vibration. And so the higher vibration will soon become the natural flow. And that's what it's in the process of doing. That's why these traumas and these bad things that have happened to us are falling away. And they're no longer going to be able to manifest, because we're matching the new vibration, the vibration the earth is shifting into. I'm confused. I hope you understood what I just said. I tried, but go to Joe Gard's channel and watch that video, because that resonated with me, because a lot of us light workers have experienced, we felt like we could never get ahead. We were always getting kicked down, a challenge after a challenge, a trauma after a trauma. And it's like, we never could catch a break. And that's how a lot of us feel. And we look at other people who are just soaring through life, right? That saying, ignorance is bliss. And that's kind of how it's been. But that's what's shifting, is there's going to be a new natural flow, a new natural vibration of the earth that we're shifting into. And also, this goes on an individual level, and then just collectively, the sadness, the trauma, the negativity, like I said, that's going to stop. These memories of our trauma will still be there, but they're not going to consume us. So that's kind of what I received as I was reflecting on why these memories are coming up, what's going to happen to these memories. And you, like I said, you might already be noticing that you're not attaching to these memories like you did before. All right. And another thing I want to talk about is I get a lot of comments about people say, this feels like stuff I already know, but you remind me of it, certain things like that. And it's because everything I talk about, I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. We are all one. So we share this same sacred universal knowledge. It's imprinted within us. And that's why someone will tell you something, and whether you heard about that before or not, it feels like it's just a memory instead of new information. So, it's us coming from this one source, sharing this universal knowledge, but we also have our, these amazing individual soul traits that create our unique blueprint. So certain things I say are just sparking a memory within you. And this happens to me when I listen to other light workers as well, or you guys leave me your beautiful comments. You do the same thing for me. And so think of that. All the knowledge and wisdom we've gained through this lifetime, all of our lifetimes, this goes into this mass collection of universal knowledge. And we share that. But we also have our own interests and our own desires. So yes, it doesn't mean certain, let's say, how do I word this? Wisdoms that we all share, right? If that's, is that a word? Wisdoms. All right. Okay. Knowledge that we share. Some of it, we know it, but we don't necessarily act on it. You know, it's not something, one of our interests, like let's say mathematics or science or certain things like that. We understand it, but it's not something that we act on, like I said, because we have our own unique traits, but we still all share this knowledge. We're gaining this knowledge, and it goes into this like collective mass, right? So that's why, you know, certain things feel like you already know, because you do. Intuitively, you already know everything I'm telling you. It's just the beauty of discussing it and sparking something within you and sparking that memory. And when that happens to me, I see it as like a, you know, a piece of my DNA just lighting up. Like, oh, there's another one. There's another one. And like I said, these are the puzzle pieces. And once they're all in place, everything will make sense. All right. And then, you know, I also received, I'll go over a few questions I did receive. Somebody asked, who is source to you? And that's that's a loaded question, isn't it? I'll do my best to explain that to you. You know, I say source, but a lot of the time I usually say God, because that's who it's always been to me. It's just a word. These are just words that we're putting to these things, right? But ever since I can remember, so as far back as I can remember, I talked to God, straight to God. And God to me was just that comfortable place. That place you can trust. You can talk about everything. It's your parents, it's your family, it's you, it's everything all in one. And it's just that loving, nurturing essence. That's what it is to me, that I can talk to and say anything to and get advice from. And, you know, it's super hard to explain, but that's what source and God is to me, is just everything. It's everything. So that's how I could explain that. Let's see. What was another one? Oh, someone asked me about shadow people. And they're kind of being visited by these shadow beings a lot. I had a shadow man when I was very young who visited me, I think on 2 occasions, and wasn't a hostile shadow man. He would just kind of stand there, and it only scared me because I was a child and I didn't understand. But, there's not that much information on shadow people. And, you know, my thoughts on this are they're just interdimensional travelers, right? They could be people, souls from the future. They could be, there's so many different things that these beings could be. Now, if they're bothering you, I don't know exactly how to tackle that. You know, for me personally, if one showed up in my life and was being hostile, which has never happened to me, but if it did, I would straight up just ask it to leave. I'd be like, you cannot touch my light. I know you're attracted to it, buddy, but you need to leave. You're freaking me out. I would straight up say it like that. I know it's not funny because those can be very scary. Okay. But that's what I would do. If you're coming across one that's not hostile, it's just there, you know, maybe try to have a conversation with it. Be like, what's up? What are you doing here? What do you want? You hungry? Want a sandwich? I'm just a very humorous person, so that's how I try to tackle things sometimes. But, you know, the only thing you really can do is use your own techniques. Just, even in your mind, just say, if it helps you to say, you know, this is just an aspect of myself, like your own shadow coming to you, just recognize that and say, it's time for you to go. Yeah, that's a difficult one, because I've never really been confronted with a very scary one in my adult life. So just know they can't harm you. They truly can't. It only can harm you if you're allowing it. So people that say these are energy vampires, that, they suck your energy from you, only if you let them. If you believe that they're doing that, then maybe they are. But I've never believed that. So therefore I don't see that. It's just, I've always believed my light is so strong that they cannot touch me. They can't even come close. However, in the dream state, sometimes, I go places that are pretty disturbing. But I've talked about that in other videos as well. It's about conquering that and knowing it's just like an aspect of yourself, your subconscious, your trauma, things you need to overcome. Conquer the darkness and know that it only can touch you if you allow it, if you believe that it can. Okay? That's a tough one. I'm sorry if this did not help. I try here. I don't have all the answers. I truly don't. Nobody does. And so yeah, that's about it on that one. Okay, and I'm gonna go over one more question I got. Somebody said, "How about people who are not aware? Are they ascending also, even though they do not have a clue about ascension?" Okay, this is another tough one because we don't fully know. We don't. Now, I've received different messages from Source that everyone is ascending. I've received that message, and if you think about it this way, this is just a theory. We truly do not know, and well, I hope to find out one day what's truly going on. But what if every soul on this planet, which is true, we all had to be here for this to be perfectly synchronized, the good and the bad. It had to be exactly how it is. God and Source is perfection. Creation is perfection. So we all agreed to come here and play different roles. There's some people who could have decided to come here and not be aware that they're ascending. They just chose to be ignorant during the process. And there's nothing wrong with that. We all play different roles, but it contributes to what we're trying to accomplish here. Everything does. Now, we chose to be the way showers, the forerunners. We woke up. That's our mission. That's what we chose when we came here. I don't have the answers fully when it comes to that. There could be different souls that are on different levels of learning, like steps. I'm not exactly sure, but that's just one theory, that it's like every soul that's here right now chose to come here for this purpose and play out a specific role. There could also be pieces of your soul in other bodies, in other places on the planet, learning lessons and contributing to this. Like your soul could have split up into several different people and be living right now. We could have started from just a handful of souls at the beginning of time and just spread out. So think about that. Your soul's experiencing a whole bunch of different lives at the same time right now. All that wisdom and knowledge that's being gained, contributing to your one oversoul. That's another theory. There's so many different ones. And many times when you ask God a question like that, or your, angels or guides, whatever, you're not going to get a straight answer, because that's not for us to know quite yet. And we also wanted this to be a beautiful surprise for ourselves, right? In previous videos, I talk about that as well. The unexpected surprise. That's what makes it so fun and exciting, is knowing we're coming into something incredible, but we don't know exactly what it is, because when that moment happens where it's actually here, it'll take our breath away, right? Beyond that, I just know that. That's what I do know. That's what you can trust in. And all you can do is pray and send good, loving energy to the entire planet, all of humanity. That's all you can do. And I try not to worry so much about, are they going to ascend, or what's going on with them. Everyone's on their own path. So love them, send them love, pray for the best, of course, right? We want everyone to have a chance here. So that's all you can do. And then focus on your ascension as well. We're just gliding through. This is brand new territory for us, but also familiar. We know what we're doing intuitively, but it's also uncharted territory. So we're just taking it day by day as these waves come in, getting these activations. We're getting closer and closer and closer. And, as I said before, these waves are coming in with less space in between them. And that's already happening. And it's speeding up very quickly. So, all you can do, is just take it day by day. Enjoy your family, enjoy your pets, go outside, enjoy good foods. Give your body came here to live. Your soul, came here to live in a physical body and experience all the senses. So don't deny your senses here. Try to enjoy as much as you can while you're going through this process. Your soul wants to live, man. That's why this body was created. So we could feel and experience and express ourselves. So I think that's about it. Hope this helped. I'm going to try and do more videos closer together here. But like I said, my kiddos are home and it's sometimes very difficult. I got lucky right now because they're being very quiet. Usually they're screaming. So I love you all so very much. I am so grateful for all of your beautiful comments. Like I said, you activate things in me as well. So thank you so much for that. Thank you to all my new subscribers. Thank you to the Higher Self channel. I owe so much to Higher Self. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to Higher Self and the Higher Self Portal channel. They're just incredible. Incredible. All right. I will talk to you all soon. Bye.